Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, baby. So, if you haven't heard, Marilyn Manson's manager, Tony Ciola, I don't know how to pronounce it. Either way, his manager of 25 years drops him due to the allegations coming out. He says mainly due to Evan Rachel Wood's allegation. Okay, Tony. You want to drop him now after 25 years, right? Why didn't you drop his ass when you seen him doing the shit? Because let me tell you something. Marilyn Manson did not hide this behavior from Tony, his manager. He did not hide it from him. You want to know how I know that? Because Tony, Marilyn Manson's manager, Tony, of 25 years, was one of the only of three people who seen the movie Groupie that was made by Marilyn Manson himself. A short film that was made during a house party at Marilyn Manson's house back in the day. The film was so disturbing, so disgusting, and so vile and graphic that only three people seen it. Marilyn Manson, Tony Ciola, Andy Dick. Andy Dick even said this movie is pretty bad. For Andy Dick to say it's pretty bad, it's pretty damn bad. But Tony, the manager, told Marilyn Manson back then, look, you cannot release this movie. Because old Marilyn Manson wanted to release it to the public. He was like, hey, I'm going to film a house party at my house. I hired an actress to come and get basically manhandled, peed on, peed in. Lots of really, different things that they did with this actress to this actress and the bandmates and Marilyn Manson. They all did it together. And he was like, I want to release it to the public. I want everybody to see what we did at this house party. And we're going to call it Groupie. Tony Ciola was like, hell no. Hell to the no. Hell no. You cannot release this movie. If you release this movie, you could be sued. You could even be arrested, bruh. You cannot release this film. Look, Marilyn, as your friend, I'm trying to tell you, you can't release this to the public. It will be an outrage. The public will go nuts. You can't do that. So he didn't. So only three people have ever seen this film. Again, Marilyn Manson, Andy Dick, and Tony Ciola. So for 25 years, Tony Ciola is Marilyn Manson's manager. He sees everything. Too many people have already said that he witnessed everything. Why are you dropping Marilyn Manson now, bruh? Why now? He says, because the allegations have come out and I didn't know. Quit lying. Quit lying. Yes, you did. You did. Because let me tell you something else. There was a guy, and I think his name was Dan, and he worked on the tour with Marilyn Manson for about 6 years. And this was during the time that he dated Evan Rachel Wood and several other women. Okay? This guy, and like I said, I think his name is Dan, he said, I think the world of Marilyn, this is his words, I think the world of Marilyn Manson. He helped me in my time of need. But yes, what Evan Rachel Wood is saying is the exact truth. He treated her horribly. This guy says that he worked with Marilyn Manson for 6 years and says that he witnessed a lot. And it was really disturbing. And he said that yes, the managers, the set directors, the wardrobe, other celebrities all hide it and keep it behind closed doors, and they keep their mouth shut because Hollywood has this thing of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, don't say nothing about nobody's business, or you won't never work around here again type shit. So if you see a woman being raped'd over there, you just, because you'll never work in this industry again if you say anything. How about, because I can't hold my fingers up due to YouTube, but that's what I say, just birds all up in the air to that one. That's ridiculous. You as his manager should be the first person. Instead of hiding it for him, you should be the first person telling him, look, you got to straighten up, bro. You got to straighten your act up. It's time to get sober, or I'm not going to be your manager, and I'm not going to sit here and sponsor you and have you a part and attached to my name. I'm not going to have you a part of my name if you're going to be acting this way. Because I can promise you, there have been certain managers who do care about their job, and they will drop your ass when you act up. There are some managers who, if you so much as breathe the wrong way, or, fail an audition horribly, they'll drop you. If you get drunk on a Saturday night and start whoop-de-doo, howdy-doo, they'll drop you. Some managers really take their job serious because you are tied to them. You're tied to their name. Because they are basically saying, I have faith in this person. I know this person can sing, dance, act, whatever their talent is, they can do it 100%. I believe in them. So you intertwine your name with theirs, and your trust with theirs, and your reputation with theirs. But when you start hiding things like abuse, assault, RAPE, starvation, beatings, and stuff like that, verbal, emotional, physical abuse, when you start hiding that for your client, you're just as bad. You are just as bad, Tony. You cannot even begin to make me think that for 26 years, you didn't see shit. I don't believe it. I'm not buying the oranges, bro. I'm not buying it. The money ain't coming out of my wallet because I ain't buying it. I'm not cashing that check at the bank because I don't believe it. It's going to bounce. No, you're a liar. The only reason you dropped him was because so many people was talking shit about how can he still be his manager? How could he sit here and never say anything? Why does he still have him as a client? La. You should have just kept him. Honestly, you should have just kept him as a client. You've already done it for 25 years. You should have just continued. For real. That's how I feel about it. I feel like you should have just carried on with him. But for Tony to now turn against Marilyn Manson, I'm telling you, more and more and more is coming out, guys, and I told you that was going to happen. You know how I knew? And I didn't want it to happen. I loved Marilyn Manson's music. Not just Marilyn Manson, Brian Warner. I'm talking about the whole band's talent together back in the day. And then like the Dope Show came out, and then later on he was more solo. The music I enjoyed. And yes, for me, it got me through hard times. But that does not put a veil over my face to see the truth of what was going on behind closed doors now. Now that I see it, I understand I'm not supporting him. If it comes on radio, it comes on radio. I can't stop that. But I'm not going to play it over and over and over on YouTube anymore. But he's so rich that this is not going to affect him. Y'all, none of this is going to affect Marilyn Manson. First thing, he's already loaded rich. Second thing, he will always have a fan base. He'll always have stands that'll always continue to pay him. Third, statute of limitations. He's not going to pull any jail time. All we can do is try to get laws changed. That's it. That's all Evan Rachel Wood was trying to do. That's all Esme Bianco was trying to do, was get laws changed. That's why they didn't name Marilyn Manson in their statements. They didn't want to be sued. They didn't want to be sued either. But, on top of it, they didn't want to be cyberbullied to death. Because people, when you say something about a celebrity, the stands just, oh no, oh gosh, oh no. He never would have done that. No, you're wrong. No, I know him personally because I follow his Instagram and I know he couldn't do that. First off, I don't care what you follow on social media. That don't mean that this person didn't abuse somebody. I don't care if you follow every single page of his. I don't care if you're part of his fan club. I don't care if you are the one who receives all the damn letters in the fan club and answers them back. You don't know him. The only people who know him are the women who live with him and lived with him. They're the only ones who can tell us what happened. And the people who interacted with him personally. They are the only ones who can tell us what happened, their experience. People like Eugenia Cooney out here, well, if you don't got proof, I don't like saying mean things about people. If you don't have proof, shit, say anything. More birds flying in the air for you too. More of them up here in the air. Because how do you think we caught people like Harvey Weinstein? There was no proof. It was testimonial evidence. It was experience. It was their story. And then he admitted it. He didn't admit it in full. No, he tried to pay his way out of it. He tried to settle out of court with all of them. But eventually it got to be too much and he couldn't. And of course, everybody knew these women were telling the truth. But you know what? The only reason we got Harvey Weinstein put away, you want to know the truth about it? The only reason we got Harvey Weinstein put away was because so many celebrities came forward. If these had have been women like me who aren't famous, he'd still be out here right now. The law would have done nothing to him. But because women like Rose McGowan, very famous, and Gwyneth Paltrow, Uma Thurman, big celebrity names, very famous names, came forward and said, Harvey Weinstein did this to me. Of course, then the world was in an uproar because all these celebrities came out, and people love celebrities. We know that's how it is. I'm not lying. Y'all know that's how it is. People love celebrities, and they're going to support them, and the law will make sure that they get justice. And I'm glad, because we got Harvey Weinstein put away. I'm glad we got justice for everybody. But it should also be that way for people like me who are not famous. My word should be gold too, but it don't work that way. So, well, just like in Bill Cosby's case, many women came forward. Many women of different races came forward, but it was a lot of these celebrity women who made this possible. And it was everybody's testimony who came together that made this possible. But we all know more media is attracted to a celebrity that comes forward. What's sad, it's almost like Marilyn Manson is on a higher pedestal than Bill Cosby or Harvey Weinstein, because people really are not being as outraged as I thought they would be about this. They're calling Evan Rachel Wood a liar, Esme Bianco a liar, they're calling the Ashleys a liar, they're calling Ellie a liar, they're calling all these people liars. And it just shocks me, because these are big, celebrity women who are very famous, who are not going after any kind of money. They're just telling their story. All they're getting is hate back and some support, mainly hate from Manson's, stands. I really thought, though, once, they came out that I thought once they named him, that'd be it. But that's not what's happened. People are still taking up for Marilyn Manson. Okay, do you, boo. I'm not trying to, make you decide either way. I'm just shocked. Because when it was Bill Cosby and it was Harvey Weinstein and these celebrity women came forward, people were like, oh man, he did it. But then when it's a shock rocker that people grew up listening to and people love, it's like, no, he couldn't have done that. I know him personally, he couldn't have done that. But you've never met him a day in your life. But the guitarist of Limp Bizkit says that, nah, he's a bad fucking dude. Everything you've heard is true. That's what the guitarist of Limp Bizkit says on his Twitch stream. Yeah. Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. Same thing. Here's my thing about that, though. Why? I'm going to do a video about this at some point, but why would Marilyn Manson... Why is it so hard for y'all to believe that he abused people when he outright admitted that him and Trent Reznor sexually assaulted an intoxicated woman back in the 90s? He physically admitted that in his memoir. Now they're trying to claim, because he's in trouble, they're trying to claim, that was a publicity stunt. You didn't get no publicity from it, though, back then. You're just now getting publicity for it. So that was not a publicity stunt. Marilyn Manson did not need publicity stunts. He was already the biggest shock rocker there ever was. Ever. He didn't need a publicity stunt. He himself was the stunt. Honestly, I'm just telling the truth. Everybody was shocked by his image, his songs, his lyrics. Everything about him was a shock. He didn't need any kind of publicity stunt. So why are they claiming now that that memoir was some kind of stunt to get record sales for his albums? He didn't need the sales. He had the sales. This man was breaking records left and right. He didn't need to do a stunt. Because it's all lies. That's why. Because he knows what he said in that book is true. Now, I don't know about the Trent Reznor part. I weren't there. But why would Marilyn Manson admit to sexually assaulting a woman with Trent Reznor back in the 90s if that weren't true? Why would he do that? Is he that shady that he would lie on Trent Reznor and himself to make Trent look bad? Or is he telling the truth? Or did he do it himself and, he was doing so many drugs, he just don't remember who was with him? Like, makes me wonder why would he lie about that? That is like the biggest, darkest thing you could say about yourself. And he says it about himself and Trent Reznor. Why would he lie about that? Again, I'm not saying that Trent Reznor did this. But I'm saying y'all can't believe he abused anybody. But he admitted to doing it already. In his memoir. There's like pages and pages of sexual assaults. Go read his book. And don't come back with your hate comments until you've read his memoir. When you read his memoir, then come back and talk to me. And I ain't talking about skimming through Google. I'm talking about read it or listen to it. Then come back and hash this out with me. Because your story will probably change a little bit. Excuse me. Back about Tony, though. I find that interesting. Tony drops Marilyn Manson after 25 years. Supporting him for 25 years. Watching him do this to women. Now you want to drop him? Like, bruh. You've already made so much money off Marilyn Manson. You may as well stay with him. You dropping him doesn't mean shit to us. It doesn't. Because you were one of the very ones sweeping his actions under the rug. You were one of the very ones who was not calling the police for these victims who were drugged and assaulted or left behind stranded with no way home. The one girl was in a whole nother country and was drugged and overdosed. You know how terrifying that is? Because she wasn't used to doing that many drugs or doing that kind of a drug. And they left her there. And he didn't want her to call the ambulance. Because he's a celebrity. He doesn't want, the paparazzi to come see the ambulance. How fucked up is that? You would rather risk somebody's life over your image than save them after you gave them the drugs? Y'all, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can get mad at me. Get mad at me. Hate me in the comments, baby. Do it. But more and more is going to come out. Whether we like it or not. It's going to come out. It already has. It is. Now, the next thing, people are talking about Johnny Depp. And how much Johnny Depp knows. Because we all know that Johnny Depp, Marilyn Manson, buddy. Being friends with someone doesn't mean that you know their backstory, their home life, their sexual preference, their bedroom escapades. I have a couple of friends, 20 years I've known them now, and I have no idea what they do in the bedroom. Because I don't ask. I don't see that part of their life. I don't want to see it. I'm sure celebrities have a lot of big parties and, they do whatever, but we can't say that Johnny Depp knows what Marilyn Manson does behind closed doors. Unless there's a witness. If there's a witness and they speak out, then maybe, but we'd hear something. But as of right now, I haven't heard anything. What's weird, though? I haven't heard Johnny Depp release a statement yet if he still supports Manson. Because, Johnny Depp was basically an abuse victim of Amber Heard's. I mean, we heard it on the tape. It was, I didn't hit you like this, I hit you like that. Amber, that's abuse. That's abuse. You managed to remove the tip of his finger. That's abuse, Amber. Just saying. Anywho, I'm annoyed that Tony Kiola, I'm really annoyed that all of a sudden now we're supposed to like him because he dropped Marilyn Manson. You are the very one who helped him hide this stuff. You're the one who helped all this make this disappear. You were his go-to man. Just like with the groupie film. It was, hey, I'm going to release this, and you were like, no, I'm not, don't do that. You'll get sued or you'll be arrested. You were his go-to guy. You were his cleanup crew. You're the one that helped him hide everything. We don't feel sorry for you, Tony. And we already heard from the girls that you helped cover up the abuse and hide it. And you're one of the ones who makes it all go away. Nah, I don't like you. Get mad at me, y'all. Go ahead. Do it. Get mad at me. Make my true self come out. Get mad at me. How you like my beanie? That's right. I'm the skeleton queen. Up in this app. See that beanie? Look at that. This shirt is like 3 or 4 years old and I still love it. I love it. Look at my belly. I like my belly. You know what? I suffered with ED for years and years. I still fight it. And I'm so proud of myself because it's been about 9 years and maybe 8 or 9 years, something like that, from dealing with ED. And I have been clean of drugs for almost a decade. And I am so proud of myself. If nobody else is proud of me, fine. I'm proud of me. I have built my confidence. Not to a cocky level, because everybody always calls me humble. They always say I'm the giver, I'm too nice, I'm a pushover. I had low confidence for years. And then at some point a while back, I just finally just let it all go. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be confident. I'm going to step up. And it was after a break-in at my house that terrified me. And I had to learn how to stand up and against an abuser. And I think when things like that happen, you learn how to get stronger some ways, and that's what's happened with me. And I'm trying to build my confidence up even more because I'm not here to get famous. I'm not here to get YouTube famous. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my little craft room. I don't need a whole fan base sending me little, anime toys and games and makeup, and you don't see me receiving makeup from racist big YouTubers. You won't never see that. I'm not doing that. I'm content with my life and my 300 followers. That's fine. I love it because I'm still going to share awareness. I'm still going to spread the word. I'm still going to fight every day. I'm still going to stay strong. And I'm going to keep my sobriety at bay. And I'm going to stay strong and stay clean like I have for almost a decade. And I'm going to help others get to that level too. And I'm also going to stay strong with my ED. Every single day is a struggle. But if I can help even one person, that's amazing. That makes me feel so great. I don't have to have 1 million followers or 5 million views. It ain't about that for me. That's why you don't see me all decked out and being fake as hell and asking for donations and asking for likes and views and subs and give me this and give me that and here's my Cash App and all that shit. That's why you don't see me doing all that. And of course, if y'all wanted to send me something, I'd try to get a P.O. box or something. I don't know. If you had artwork or something you want me to see. I love artwork. But I'm not going to sit here and beg off of y'all. Because we are in a society that's struggling right now. We are dealing with predator creators on this platform. We're dealing with pedophile predators after our children and our youth on these platforms. We're dealing with the struggle of COVID, the struggle of all kinds of sickness and poverty. We have serial killers going crazy out here. Just like the one in Texas I just did a video about in the nursing homes, who was able to kill more than 20 people, possibly, and was able to walk right in and do what he wanted because nobody checked an ID. Nobody had security like they claimed. Stuff like that. That's why I want to share awareness on my channel. Eugenia Cooney, out here trying to silence victims. Get mad at me for saying it, girl. Please get mad at me for saying it, because I got a lot to say about you at this point. I'm done with your innocent little lollygag of a play game of you pretending to be this little innocent, sweet angel who never does no wrong, but yet you're trying to silence victims. Yeah, that's what I took from it. Telling people, well, I don't think it's right to say anything, bad about anyone unless you have proof. How much proof do you need against Jeffree Star, Eugenia? How much more proof do you need against any of them? How much more proof do we need against you before people start listening? Yeah, it just blows my mind. The stands, I wish the stands could wake up and realize they don't know these celebrities. And I'm not saying all celebrities, but there are some, like those, who don't deserve to be on this platform. They don't deserve it, especially when they're saying shit like that. Again, how do you think we got Harvey Weinstein off the streets? It was because of testimony. There was no proof. Bill Cosby. How do you think they're investigating Dobby Vanity? Because of women's testimonies. Okay. Just like the boy who the teacher was messing with. There was no proof of that. There was only that little boy's testimony. And then the teacher admitted to it after she was caught. That little boy felt so guilty for saying anything and was so scared to come forward. That is wrong. No child, no adult should ever feel scared or have to feel scared to come forward against anyone. But that's how society has normalized. Society has normalized putting victims in fear. They have normalized bullying. They've normalized making these celebrities so huge while the rest of us are out here struggling. And then these celebrities won't even say two words to us on social media. But we're paying their bills. We're the ones buying their shit. Yeah, I'm just on a rampage today with this stuff. I'm sick of it. Zoe Laverne. How is Zoe Laverne still on TikTok? And now this just come out about James Charles. People sharing all this mess about a boy messaging James Charles back and forth, and come to find out he was like underage or something. I mean, when are they going to stop? You're a celebrity. First off, you can't be sexting your fans. You're asking for trouble, James. You are asking for trouble. You've only been through this how many times? 3 times now? It's ridiculous. It's time to grow up and quit that mess. But now, James has done it to the point that he looks bad. Now, he's blamed it on the victim, who was an underage minor, a child. You can't blame the child. The child sees stars when they see a celebrity. A child is going to do whatever they can to talk to a celebrity. They get influenced. That's why you're called an influencer. You're not supposed to be influencing in that way. You're supposed to just, if they say hey to you, hey back, and that's it. You don't send pics. You don't send pictures of things, and you don't ask for pictures, and you don't receive them. You don't do that with minors. And if you have to, yeah, check IDs. Yeah, what do you think I do? Check driver's license. If I can't see it in person, I ain't talking to you like that. No, it ain't gonna happen, Captain. Try me, it ain't gonna happen. I don't talk to nobody on the internet like that. Anybody on the internet can be fake. Anybody can be fake. No. James, you need to listen. You're going to get yourself in deep trouble, if not already. You have got to learn to stop sexting with fans. Stop it. I don't care if you're trying to say, well, this kid did this to manipulate. No, you can't blame kids. You don't get to do that. No, you're the adult. And you've already had this happen a couple of times now. People are really starting to get upset. People, it's like beating a dead horse over and over and over. And people are really seeing that now. If you want to show that it's not, that you're not a predator, prove it. Actions speak louder than words. Stop doing it. It's like, quit talking to people on the internet like that. You know, go to a grocery store or hell, I don't know, go to a library. Take your dog for a walk in the park and meet someone. Check their ID. But see, guys, this is what happens when you become famous. This is what happens, and you have to understand you can't just willy-nilly talk to everybody. Once you become famous, you're going to have people, and you're going to have children who are going to want to talk to you, who are going to want to hook up with you, and they're going to want to screenshot every single message y'all send back and forth. And that's why you can't be doing that. You can't be talking to fans. You can't be talking to kids. That's why you just don't do it. That way, you don't get in the middle of that stuff. Because you, like I said, you can't blame the kid. You can't. But here's my thing. You know, I'm not trying to have the James crew come for me. But my thing is, if you've already been through this is the third time that you had someone turn around and show your messages, your snaps, they've screenshotted everything in your conversation. James, why have you not learned from your mistakes? I mean, did you really not learn from the last 2 times people screenshotted your messages? Did you really not learn from that? How many times are you going to have to send a pic for you to understand these people are always going to screenshot it and show the world? Do you really have to keep doing it over and over and over to try to get a different result? James, it's never going to be a different result. They're always going to screenshot it and show the world. That's why you can't be doing that. You know, especially when you're a celebrity. As big as James Starr, a celebrity anyways, you can't be doing that. Besides it being illegal as hell, it's the fact that being a celebrity means you have a power. You can't abuse that power. You're going to get caught. But you have a power over people because you're famous. I know, it's crazy, but that's how it works. When you have that power over people, most of them going to do one or two things. They're going to do anything you want, and they're going to do anything you want and expose you for it. It's always going to be one or the other. Either way, it's not good. So all you do is say, hey, you know, being a celebrity, yes, you should speak to your fans like on a video in the comments. Like, hey girl, hey guy, hey, what you doing? You know, how, you know, in the comments. Not in the DMs, not in the snaps, not in the, you know, the sexting back and forth, none of that. In the comments of your videos. You know, just, hey, how's life? You know, hey, what's up guys? Blah, blah. Hey sisters. That's it. You know, if you want to individually say hey to people, okay, that's fine. Don't go DMing them. He knows this, though. He's not stupid. James Charles is not stupid, guys. Let me tell you something about James Charles. If there's anything I've learned from watching his videos, he is one of the youngest, most successful young people in today's society. He is one of the most successful young people. He's not dumb by any means. This man knows what he's doing. He knows how to make money. He knows how to get attention. He's very talented. He knows he's talented. He knows he's famous. But there comes a point to when you're running out of excuses. Just like Eugenie Cooney. And if you don't believe me, take a look at Shane Dawson. Didn't he run out of excuses last year? Look what happened to him. I'm trying to tell y'all. But none of these celebrities want to listen. They can't say hey to us in the comments, but they can send sex nudes in the DMs. That's what gets me. You can't say hey back to me for buying your makeup in the comments, but you can sext him a pic to an underage minor. That's such a hypocrite, but messed up. Illegal. I mean, did y'all hear about Tony Lopez situation? The situation ain't looking good for the home team. Looking bad for Tony. But again, celebrities, they will not speak to us in the comments of their videos, but they'll jump to those DMs and start sending news to underage fans. That really annoys me. You shouldn't. You know you have underage fans. You should have a moderator or a manager or somebody going through your DMs, or you go through your DMs and you delete. And if you ask them, hey, how old are you? And they say, oh, well, I'm 18 or I'm 21. Do a background check. It's like $9 for like being verified, $9 or $10, and you can get it for like a whole month. Do background checks. Yes, if you want to ask for their birth date and their social security number, oh well. Or their address and their phone, oh well. If they won't give it and they won't let you do a background check, then don't talk to them. If you can't see a driver's license and know it's a verification, like a real identification, if you don't know it's real, don't talk to them. And damn sure don't send nudes. Idiots. But I'm the bad person for saying anything though, right? But you don't see me out here doing it. You don't see me out here getting in trouble for that stuff. You know why? Because I don't do it. That's why. Just crazy. Y'all see me out here making t-shirts. That's what I'm doing. Playing with my Cricut cutter and my Cricut iron. I'm over here making damn t-shirts, cups, pants, socks, drawers. I'm making bras, everything out of this Cricut cutting machine. I got 100 rolls of this stuff. That's what I'm doing. With my time, I ain't on the internet talking to kids. And hey, I love when people comment on my videos. If I was to hit go viral tomorrow and get 10 million subscribers, I would still comment to y'all in the comments. Because that's me. No, I'm not going to go in depth about nasty, sexy, discussing stuff like that. But as far as talking about my background, my experiences, your experiences, sure, in the comments. But no, I will not be sending dirty messages. No, because I'm not that kind of person, and I'm not dumb as hell. James Charles ain't dumb, y'all. Minnie Ladd was not dumb. Onision was not dumb. Dobby Vanity was not dumb. They all know exactly what they're doing. How do you think they've gotten away with it for as long as they have? Shane Dawson, one of the few people to get away with blackface for years, and then defended it. You know, it's and even Jeffree Star. But you don't see any of these influencers, these celebrities. You don't see any of them doing something for their fans. If they do a giveaway for a PlayStation or $5,000, you have to follow them, retweet them, snap them, Instagram them, Facebook them. You basically have to wipe their ass in every direction and follow them to try to even apply for that giveaway. And half of the time, we don't even see the real person who got the prize. Most time it ain't real. It's just a way for these celebrities to get more followers and more views and more subs, and that's it. The younger crowds normally fall for it a little more, like the young ages of like 12 and under. I don't know, all that stuff just makes me so mad. I feel like these platforms have been taken over by predators. I feel like the platforms have been taken over by scammers. And these celebrities who are making bank off of us. But yet we're out here struggling. Why are we paying these celebrities' bills when we can't even pay our own damn bills? Y'all have to think about that. We out here buying all this makeup. Yeah, we should get to enjoy our paychecks. Yeah, we should get to enjoy life. But we are supporting celebrities who don't support us. And I refuse to do it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to support me and my crew. That's you guys on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, anything I'm on. My family, my friends. I met a woman yesterday on TikTok. She was being bullied so bad. I actually met two women on TikTok. The first woman was being bullied about her weight. The second girl was being bullied about her teeth. These bullies are so disgusting. These two girls, they didn't even say anything out the way. They had fun videos. One girl was showing the snow, and somebody just jumps in her comments talking junk about her teeth. I'm thinking to myself, What? Why do you gotta sit here and try to beat this woman down for her? All she's doing is showing you how pretty the snow is out here. And you gotta jump in her comments on about her teeth? And y'all know, if you're anything like me, it's sensitive subjects like that because I dealt with dental problems for years. See my teeth? They didn't get like this overnight. It took me years to get this nice smile. My weight, I had severe ED. I had lazy eye. I had some hair loss. I had like veins in my legs. Just things that make your self-esteem very low and make you so self-conscious, and you try to like hide all these things, just like having a big forehead. You try to pull the beanie down and try to make yourself feel a little better about it, and these people just attack. And yeah, I know it's internet. You gotta have tough skin to be on the internet. You really do. But at the same time, we don't all have to be assholes every day, all day on the internet either. We can be positive. We can lift people up for once. A guy said something on TikTok the other day, and he was talking about, he was saying about how men should be lifting other men up because men are always, complimenting women and stuff, and that's great. And, they're always talking about sports. And he was just saying all this, but he was like, he commented on another man's TikTok, and he was like, this is a great video. Thanks for sharing. And the other guy was like, hey, thanks. Because all these other men had just judged this dude who shared the TikTok. And, this one commenter was like, hey, I'm all about lifting men up too. We have to lift each other up. And I thought to myself, that's so true. You don't hardly see men lifting each other up. It's like that hazing thing or that joking around, picking and playing or bullying or, I like to see people lift each other up. That's great. And we need more of that. I hope we see more of it. We need to be teaching our kids this because I've seen some kids on TikTok. You want to talk about some bad, disrespectful things to teach your kids, go on TikTok. I ain't talking about like the voiceovers. I'm just talking about some of the fights that I've seen on there, some of the bullying in the comments, some of the bullying in the videos. Very, very horrendous. Watched 3 girls attack another girl. And all I could think was, what if they accidentally knock her down and bust her head open and she dies? Those 3 girls are going to jail. Going to prison, possibly for life, and the mother is the one standing there recording it laughing while they attack this girl who is younger than them. And I'm just thinking to myself, Mom, you're an idiot. You're going to cause your kids to go to prison one day by doing this dumb shit. You should have your kid at home or out learning something, but you're out here teaching, got 3 grown-ass girls beating up on a little 12-year-old. And you're laughing about it, recording it. Now, Mom, what's she going to do when they break that girl's neck or they bust her head wide open or they hit her so hard her damn stomach gets hemorrhaged or something bad happens and your kids end up in prison because of you? People don't think about stuff like that. Let me tell you something. I went through a relationship, and that's what happened to me. I was pushed, and my head hit the corner of a dresser. Kind of like that dresser right there. And when my head hit the corner of it, it was lights out. And I mean, gone lights out, black, dark. I did not come to. Hours later, I finally started to come to a little bit. I was nauseous. Everything was spinning. Guess where I was? Dumped out. I wasn't even at the hospital. I was dumped out. It's moments like that just moments like that make you realize you are lucky, fortunate, and you should be thankful and live in moments to the fullest and teaching positivity and sharing awareness and stopping the predators and protecting our youth in every way that we can. and teaching them how to be independent and how to survive, because one day they'll be on their own and they'll have to learn. And and these people are out here bullying, ganging up on 10-year-olds. It's just disgusting. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm trying to do longer videos because y'all requested them. And to everybody who can't watch, thanks for listening. I appreciate it so much. I really do. And I try to cover everything we talk about in the DMs and on the Twitter. The Twitter. That's what a girl told me the other day. She was like, the Twitter. You know, the Twitter. I'm like, did you do the tweet on the Twitter? Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.